Welcome back to Backgrounds and Break-Ins. I'm here with my guest today, Onyx Flamer.
Yay!
Today we'll be discussing her passions and what she's into in her career field. What's up?
I'm so excited. I don't even know what this. I'm like, hey! If y'all know my personality, that is definitely me. But I'm so excited. Yes, this is Onyx Flamer. I'm excited to be here. What do you have for me today?
A lot. So we're out at the undisclosed location.
It's beautiful. The breeze is amazing. My legs is crossed. You can't see it. I am nice and comfortable.
Yes. So we've known each other since high school. So when you were graduating, what were your expectations and what do you think you want to do?
So actually, I'm pretty sure you probably remember, I was so involved in school. I honestly just knew I was gonna go to college so I can dance and cheer just like I was doing in school. Like
basketball.
I knew it. I was the manager for basketball. I was the manager. I was holding the water bottles.
No. You started it though.
No. Oh, you're about dancing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You started the dance team.
Yes.
We had no dance team at our school.
That's crazy. But you know what? Our community didn't have anything.
Yeah.
And everybody was trying to make it seem like we couldn't be in their things. So I said, well, okay, how about we create something for us? And I kind of feel like from there, that spirit has led me until where I am now, what we're going to talk about. But after high school, I first thought that I was going to go off to college so I can continue dancing, continue cheering and stuff. And I'm like, I don't want to be $1,000 in debt for something like just dancing or cheering. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's nothing. I was already an entrepreneur at that time. My parents were both entrepreneurs. I've seen them work, run multiple businesses my whole life. So I kind of was like I say ignorance on fire, and I'm gonna say it why, because I was just kind of like, why would I go if I see y'all having successful businesses? That's crazy. I already have a business. I was already styling. I was already designing. I was already in the fashion world in high school. So I'm like, straight out of high school, came and sat my parents down. They just knew I was about to go to college. They was ready for me to tell them where I was going. You know, you get all those questions, where you going? Yeah, the decision. And I finally sat them down and I said, I made a decision that I'm not going. And you would have thought that I probably told them I was about to like drop out and just be like a little something worker, you know, just
How
like
did they react?
they was honestly really hurt. They was really hurt. Now, granted, it's kind of a full circle moment now because my mom, she says to me all the time, like, you know, I'm proud of you for standing in your own decision, because I feel like now that was the best decision you ever made for you. But at the time, they were full-time entrepreneurs. So all they have known, like, the thing is, it's beautiful in entrepreneurship, but it's a lot of highs and a lot of lows.
Oh, yeah.
So they were just they weren't upset that I wasn't going to college. They just knew that I didn't know how much harder entrepreneurship was because they filtered out so much in my childhood. You get what I'm saying? They didn't really show us all the highs and the lows. So they were just kind of like,
school is so like
she has no idea.
Yeah, like school is structured where entrepreneurship, you can hit on anything and you can miss on everything.
Yes.
So it's like it's a much
big
wider
gamble.
gap. Yeah.
Big gamble. So
you bet on yourself. Basically.
I did. Yeah. And I made a decision, and I've always been like that little rebel. So I just made a decision that was just like, ultimately, this is my life. Like, you know, I do understand this is not something that y'all understand. And I do still want y'all guidance and just like helping me create a plan that will work. And ultimately, they were just like, well, if you're not going to go to school, then you know how they try to sometimes scare you. Like, well, you're going to have to go move out and you're going to have to get a full-time job. And I was like, okay. And I did exactly that. I ended up literally right after we graduated, a month after we graduated high school, I ended up going to apply at Marshall's right by the house, and I ended up getting the position for the merchandise coordinating leader for the men's and kids department. So that was my whole department. I was 17 when I graduated, so that was my whole department. Now, I would say a month, not even really a full month of me in the position, they were really short-staffed, so I had to keep coming back up to the front to help them with like the register. I started getting regulars. They loved me up there. Within a month, they actually promoted me to the customer service manager at 17.
Whoa. Okay,
yeah. So while they thought it was a threat, I was like, okay.
I would do what I gotta do.
No worries, and I got an apartment.
But
right
you're a go-getter, so
yeah.
Naturally for you, it's easy for you to go out there and get it.
So I actually really loved Marshalls because we all knew that my passion was fashion. I always wanted to own. Yeah, shout out Marshalls. I love Marshalls. And they really just allowed me to be myself, and that's what I love the most. My managers, they really loved my personality, so they just really wanted me to really just shine there. You know what I'm saying? So they kind of gave me a lot of flexibility. What I would say, and the biggest thing that I love the most about it is because I always knew I wanted to be a designer, and in the fashion world, I really was kind of seeing it as how I would run my store.
That's smart.
You get what I'm saying?
Really
so
smart.
I learned their system to learn how to work my system. So it was like, I feel like, and that's anywhere I work. Every single place I've ever worked ever since then has always been a higher purpose for me. Like, okay, this is what I want to do, so let me see how they're running this.
So you take things, you might see them how they do, and you say, I don't like that, I do like this, so I'll take that, and I'll add that to my thing, so and I won't forget, and you see how that doesn't work, I'll remember that, and make sure I don't do that the same way.
Like helping them run a business I'm not liable for financially.
Oh, no.
So I loved it. So after that, I just feel like it just kind of was like a domino effect in my opportunities, because I learned more being there on just like being a leader and actually being in like a store environment, and how to run it, how to open a store, how to close a store, the merchandising, selling. So it really taught me a lot that I put into my business.
How about working with others?
Well, honestly, I feel like because I was a customer service manager, I feel like everybody came to me. You know what I'm saying? I was, and which was crazy because I was 17, and everybody that was mostly there was like within their like 40s and up. So everybody kind of was looking like, this 17-year-old is my manager, but they loved me, and I was always very compassionate. So I ended up being one of the favorite managers. End up kind of being, I feel like it wasn't an issue that they loved me. It was more of like a higher responsibility that they all loved me because I was the voice that they never had. So it was like they wouldn't go to the other managers, they would come to me.
They respected you.
They respected me. So I love them. I honestly, if I saw them now, I tell them all I'm a retire you. I tell them all that.
So after Marshalls, where did that lead you into next?
So actually, it led me into the most perfect opportunity that you just literally do not come by. So I end up because I gotta dial back. This gets me so excited. So you're gonna feel my passion through the screen, but it's just alignment, honestly. So I end up meeting somebody in Marshalls, because what I used to do is, yes, I was a customer service manager, but I used to, since I was still styling, I still had my own business, remember? I was a full-time stylist, and I was a wardrobe stylist. I did closet organizations. I was an image consultant. So what I did was, I used to have my clients come meet me at work, and I would style them in the store.
The fitting room? Or running a business inside of a business.
100%. Now I don't work there no more, so I can say it. But yes, 100%. 100%. And you got to think about, since I was a manager, my hours were long. So a lot of times it wasn't just like me trying to sneakily bring them in. But at the end of the day, for one, I was bringing Marshalls more money because I was shopping. I was styling them in their clothes. Like I wasn't just taking stuff from other places. I was styling them in the store. You get what I'm saying? So I'm meeting their budget. I'm helping them know the variety of anything. I brought a lot of money to Marshalls just from me. Just always, I did content in the store where I would like take clothes and go to the fitting room and like just style it, and I would record it. So I would have people always coming in. That's how I built a lot of regulars. People was coming in asking me like, hey, when you get a chance, can you meet me in the dressing room? You know, so for real. So I actually ended up meeting this one lady who came in, and we was just like having natural conversation, and I was complimenting her. We were just having like conversation about fashion, and she was like, I'm actually about to go to this gala, and I really want you to style me, but it's a showroom here in Atlanta that I want you to style me out of. And I was like, okay, cool. I don't know if you've ever met Sui. She went to our school as well. Well, it turns out, and she was like 2 grades higher than us. It turns out it ended up being her aunt. And it's, let me tell you how dynamic this was. So it's a showroom, a fashion showroom. For those that don't know, a fashion showroom is like a boutique, but it's like it's usually like higher brands. So like your Giovanni, it's like higher brands and local brands, designers, but it's like you don't buy the clothes, you rent it. So it's really for like production. It's for like music videos. It's for like events or you know, things like that, or red carpets, things that they don't want to have to buy the clothes, but they just need it, type of thing.
For
and
now.
so and so the crazy thing is, New York has hundreds, LA has thousands, Atlanta has one, and it's owned by a black woman. Yes.
And that's the aunt.
That's the aunt. That's Sue's aunt. And so crazy. I remember her telling me about it, because she used to always come super fashionable, but I didn't know, you know what I'm saying? So when my client ended up bringing me there to meet her, I'm just like, it was like literally like fashion heaven. And if you don't know, it's the Ivy showroom in Atlanta in Miami Circle. Pascani, love her loads. That's my fashion mom and mentor. Yes, and so yeah, plug that in for sure. And so, you know, when I walked in, it's literally like a fashion heaven. Like, I'm not exaggerating. Like, literally, you feel like you're not in Atlanta. And it's just like the world. It's just like, I can't even describe it. It's just so beautiful and amazing. I went in there, absolutely styled her, killed it. She loved it. From there, I started building relationships with other people that were in there. So I ended up getting called back by somebody else to style. I styled her for it. She loved it. She recommended me to somebody else.
Okay, I'm following.
To actually style for a music video for a guy named Elijah J. He was in Mindless Behavior. Then I became an intern. That changed everything. So from there, I don't even think I was really I think I was still at Marshall's, but like very part-time. But then I'll say fast forward there, she actually ended up like, so she started sending me as her intern. She didn't want to style anymore because she was the owner of it. Yeah. So she was like, my years of styling, she's like the OG of styling. Like, she is the OG of styling. When I say the OG of styling, everybody that you love, that you have ever loved, like SWV, I mean, we can go into name. Like, she's a legend. She's a legend for real. So she was kind of at a point where she's like, I'm done. I just want to be the resource. I don't want to do the styling.
She's done that part.
So she was sending us to do the styling. So I end up being on a shoot, and it's kind of how I got into designing. I'm about to transfer it. So I end up being on the shoot, and you know, when you're on set, they call cut. And when they call cut, they'll be like wardrobe or hair, and you gotta hurry up and jump in and do what you need to do. And so what I used to do was I used to put safety pins all on my clothes, so that whenever they called me, I can like easily go and manipulate things. Where I started getting a lot of people that was like telling me they loved it. Like, where you got that shirt from? Where you got that outfit from? Where you got that hat from? And so the owner of the showroom, she started hearing it a lot. Yeah. And so she started being like, yeah, we're about to start this brand. And that's exactly what we did. She gave me a couple pieces, and she bought me like my first batch of big safety pins, like a lot of safety pins. And she was like, design these, do your thing, do whatever you want to do to them. I'm gonna put them in the showroom. She gave me my own section in the showroom, and that was how I transitioned from styling to intern to designer.
Oh my goodness gracious. How long was that?
I would say within like a span of like 2 years.
Ooh, that's
fast. I mean, because when you're in the right doors, and again, you're not just sitting around. Because what if I just was sitting around, like,
you know that goes.
Maybe I want to be the designer. Maybe no. I was indoors. I was in rooms, and I was making connections. That's another big thing. Sometimes people are in rooms and they're not making connections.
Did you feel like you belonged in these rooms?
Yes.
Yeah. That's all that matters.
For sure. I feel like I belonged in these rooms, even if it was just temporary. I live like I'm one connection away from my next level, period. So I always been like that. I always think like that. And I believe that genuinely has helped me grow in business, period.
So how did your love for designing get you to the travel field?
Oh my God, that's a really good question. So within me being a designer, I would say from 19 to 25, I was a designer. Age. From when I was 19 to when I was 25, I was a designer. Now, a lot of people, they did see, because I was in the showroom, my brand was on celebrities before I even launched it. You get what I'm saying? And that was really big. That was really big. But ultimately, nobody realized how much money I was putting into the brand. You get what I'm saying? And I was terrified of my success, because God forbid my website sell out.
Oh, yeah.
I have to be the person to buy the product. I have to be the person to design it. And then if I have it on my website where my policy is 4 to 7 business days, then the whole website needs to be designed, bought, designed, and shipped out in 4 to 7 business days. So I was ultimately terrified of my success, and then I never had extra money.
It was were you scared of like customers being angry that they're not getting your product in time? Or the quality of your product? Or more so
I mean, rush times like that will jeopardize everything. You know what I'm saying? And ultimately, things like that in business is a domino effect. So, and I'm the type of person, if my name is on it, it needs to be the quality that I desire.
Come on now.
You know what I'm saying? So it was just a lot of pressure, and ultimately, I just was starting to not like it anymore. I was actually really losing my passion for designing, because it started feeling like a job, and then it was so financially exhausting. Even when I would make the money, it would just cut me even. It was never enough money. I never traveled within those years. I never really was at sports games. I was never really at concerts.
You love these things.
I didn't live my life. I literally just was, it was rent, work, designing, rent, work, designing, and it was like a repeat for years after years after years, to the point where I just was burnt out. Like I was working 2 serving jobs because I went from right after the what's it called, the pandemic. You know, Marshalls, everything shut down. That was when I left Marshalls. So after the pandemic is when I started serving full time. My mom is always traveling, so she ended up meeting somebody who was telling her, like, did you know every single time you're traveling, it's commission that's built in it. You know, and then we kind of learned more about the opportunity of now becoming a travel professional and a travel broker. So the travel professional is basically where now she doesn't sell travel. She doesn't really like to sell travel, but she uses it for all her travel. So now it's so many ways and things that people do not know that within the travel industry, every single flight, every single hotel, every single car rental, every single excursion, every single sports game, every single concert, the Beyonce tour, everything is commission built in all of that. And they don't want you to know that, because if you know that, what would they do? What would you do?
Abuse it.
Exactly.
That's what I would do.
You're gonna use it.
I would abuse it and use it.
Yeah, exactly. So, and they know that ultimately they get paid twice off of every single thing that you do in the travel entertainment world.
Really?
So the reason why they don't want you to know that is because they won't get the 2 pays. You will know that you can get the commission. You get what I'm saying? How many jokes do you see on social media where it's like, my rent not paid, but I'm on a trip?
I'm on a Carnival cruise. I'm on a this and that.
So what if you could position yourself to actually make the commission, so now every single trip you go on, not only are you able to go and enjoy, because they call us the leisure travelers. We're Gen Zs.
What's that? Leisure
travelers is leisure and business.
Okay.
So like, for example, I go on a trip. Like, for example, I'm moving to Thailand. I'm moving to Thailand. I'm going to be out there. That's really business.
Oh, yeah.
But it's leisure. So they call us leisure travelers, because Gen Zs, we're not sitting in the cubicle. No. We're not at these jobs waiting to retire. We're experiencing life. We're traveling. We're going to concerts. So now it's just more so teaching us how to be able to do it smart now. Now how to be able to actually let the things that we like to do, like we talked about earlier, like actually profiting and monetizing the things that you like to do.
Yep.
So that's what I do now in the travel industry. And I'm not going to lie. I say this all the time. My product went from physical to now the world. Now I don't have to have a physical product that I have to do something to make. I don't have to sit there and spend hours on one piece. My product is the world now. I don't have to I have to convince people to buy my product, my brand. I don't have to convince you to go to Cuba. I don't have to convince you to go to Jamaica.
So.
I don't have to convince you to go to the Braves game. These are things that people are doing. Now I just put my services out there and I teach others. So that's why specialist and broker, because the specialist side, I customize and I actually do build packages for others to be able to go and experience, and just all they have to do is just pay a deposit, payment arrangements, just making it a lot easier for them as a travel enthusiast.
You enjoyed it?
Oh my God, I'm obsessed. I'm literally obsessed. Because again, like I said, I'm not like, I don't have a cap on anything. Like I can literally, like last night I was up at I was just wide awake at 2:00 in the morning. I'm like, what do I want to do in my business tonight? I get to actually learn about the world, and I feel like it has opened my mind. Like fashion had my mind locally. Travel has my mind globally. And then last year I ended up, because I've always had my own apartment, but I was rooming with my sister, my older sister, where last year it was time for me to get my own place, and I was terrified. I was like, I don't want to live alone.
Living alone.
Live alone is crazy.
Like the expenses or the safety?
Just safety.
Element?
I'm just scary. I'm just scary in general. Like any little sound, I'm like,
it ain't you. The world is crazy.
Yeah, that is true. But to even show how much I've grown mentally, last year I was terrified to have my own place. Whereas now I'm moving across the country.
That's true.
You get what I'm saying?
That's
so
true.
Just think about the growth that takes in a year.
Yeah, that's massive.
Working.
So what do you know about Thailand?
Oh my God, I know a lot because I am a travel professional. I've had a lot of people that I've booked trips to go. So ultimately, I've had to learn about it. As a travel specialist, you're the brains for them. You know what I'm saying? So I had to learn the things. I had to learn the culture. I had to learn the currency. I had to learn the food. I had to learn restaurants, entertainment. I had to learn all those things. And because my particular niche is wellness and luxury, that is a big place for it.
So how do you sell wellness and luxury to somebody who may not know anything, but they're interested?
So, and the thing about it is, because wellness is mind, body, and soul. So at the end of the day, a lot of people who hate their job, they need to get away. And a lot of times people think that traveling and vacations is just turn up. or just sitting on the beach. It's really whatever it is to you. But ultimately, what about actually, a lot of times people are going to actual like retreats.
Oh, yeah.
Like wellness retreats where they cater to your physical body. You have meditation sessions, and you have like personalized trauma releases. There's a lot of people that goes, because it's different wellness traveling. Some wellness traveling is for if you are like trying to be proactive, so you don't get sick.
So what are some of your dream destinations to go to once you've been in the travel field long enough?
So I'm just gonna tell you what some places that's on my little Flamer World Tour that you said. I love that. So first is Thailand. I'm definitely gonna just kind of venture around Southeast Asia. So I'm definitely gonna be going to Vietnam. I'm definitely gonna be going to Singapore, Malaysia. And then I want to go more out. I definitely need to go to Mykonos. I need to go to Greece for sure. I need to go to Spain. Spain is definitely on my list as well. And these are places that I've actually sold to. So like I've built packages for, and so I've sent clients to these places. And that's why I tell people all the time. They be like, "Well, I don't travel." It's like this is a no experience needed business.
My advice would be don't stop. Once you start, don't stop. Especially being so young. Like we joke that we're so old, but we're really still in our 20s, and we have years to go in our 20s. So it's like you can do a lot of stuff now and then settle down whenever. Like, but like for now, I say keep going. Like
that's the goal. That's the goal, is to just keep going, and also just building a community of other people who just like. And I love that. I just want to just give you your props as well, because even for this podcast, like just allowing people to see the different options after high school. So that's more of my goal now, is just making money I don't have to physically always be there to make, and that I can kind of make it from anywhere, because that kind of gives you time freedom. A lot of people in a lot of professions, they have good incomes, but they don't have no time.
It takes all their day.
You have no time, and so it's like
out.
It's not even in the medical field. I tell people all the time, like if that's your passion, always go through with it. But ultimately, everybody gets burnt out from something. I've built a team. I'm building a really big team. So it's a lot more attentive to me now that I kind of am like always. I'm not just building my business now. I'm helping them build theirs. So now it's more full time. Everyone starts on a part-time base. So it's people that's on my team that are registered nurse, that are travel nurse, that are photographers, that are hairstylists, that are, because again, at the end of the day, one thing about travel is, and this is what I love outside of fashion, one thing about travel is it doesn't matter, think about it, it doesn't matter what industry you're in, they travel.
Oh yeah. So
it's a $10 trillion industry that you need for everything.
Every day people are traveling. Every minute, every day, every hour people are on planes.
It's always
trains,
money to make.
Cars. It's rush hour right now. You can see it right now. People traveling. How many 16-wheelers you see on that highway?
That's crazy. Right? Yeah. So it's an industry that will never go old. It's an industry that will never not be needed. And every single industry I teach people, and I love that. I love teaching people in different professions how to use it as a vehicle to what they're already doing, even if it's just for their own travel or their own life. A lot of people, they're the people that's putting together the group trips. They're the ones that's putting together their family reunions. I'm the person that's like, let me show you how to now profit and make a money off of that can pay for the next trip.
They need to talk to you.
They need to talk to me. They need to talk to me. Stop paying them twice for something that you can make for yourself. And my thing is, if you're going to use it, if you use it, you understand it, then you should monetize it.
Makes sense. So you say you've been building a team. So what's been your team that's helped you get to this point, to where you are today? Like who's guided you? Who's helped you get here?
So of course, I'm gonna go back to my business coach, my business and marketing coach, my mom. Okay, so she got into it first, and so I came under her. And I actually love this, because a lot of people are terrified of this, and I really hate this for our community, is network marketing.
Oh yeah.
Now, granted, network marketing comes in different forms and it comes in different products. But again, I'm not going to try to sell you insurance. I'm not going to try to sell you an air fryer or makeup. Travel sells itself.
Oh yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So I would say it's
name value.
Yeah, it's I think it's product. It's based off product. And a lot of people, when it comes to network marketing systems, where they'll kind of be like, oh, it's a pyramid scheme. You hear that all the time. It's a pyramid scheme. But in reality, your job is the pyramid scheme. Because when will you ever make more money than your boss?
Never.
And how long does it take to even get? They wait a whole year to get a review just to get a 50-cent raise, $1 raise, a $5 raise. And how much is really a $5 raise?
to them it's probably nothing, but they try to sell it to you as major.
Exactly.
But
so
to them it's probably a write-off.
So exactly, and that's the thing.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect example. You just said that. So everything that I do in travel is a write-off. Me getting lunch right now, this is a business meeting.
Yep.
Write-off.
Come on now, write-off.
My travel is a write-off because even if I go as a leisure traveler, remember leisure in business, I'm still going. Let's say I came and I go to a hotel and I'm just going there because I just need a trip. Like it's just a just because trip. I'm still going to be looking around the hotel, getting content. I'm still going to be trying to see what's around so I can know to recommend it.
Yep.
And they roll the red carpet out for us because they know, they look at us like inspections because they know we're going to come, we're going to get content, we're going to review it.
Come on now.
And we're going to either sell it or tell people not to come.
Come or don't.
Yep. And then at the end of the trip, I'm gonna write it off because that was a business expense. So now I teach other people how to be able to do things they're doing anyways, but actually not just make money from it, but write it off. Another thing that I kind of like to say, and I like to see it as like network marketing as is, remember when way before time when they would say we used to barter with each other?
Barter? No, what's that?
Like, well, let's say I have sugar, you have milk, and we'll all we'll all just kind of trade off what we have, basically. And hopefully I said that right. Maybe I did it. If I did it, forgive me.
Bartering.
But just kind of keeping everything in a community. That's the same thing like network marketing. It's basically like, okay, let's say we all have a family. It's a family of 5, and we all say, okay, we're gonna have a business meeting, and we all sit down and say, okay, we're gonna put $50 in a pot. And every time we put $50 in the pot, we're gonna put $50 in the pot every 2 weeks. Every time y'all put $50 in the pot, it helps everybody else's businesses.
Do you feel some of the black community maybe gatekeeping for themselves, maybe for like selfish reasons?
In what aspect though? Because I do feel like so, but I feel like if they are, okay, I feel like it's 2 different type of people. I feel like one type of black person is gatekeeping because they don't want too many more of us to be in those areas.
Yeah.
And I think, and I hate to say this, and I'm gonna give an example for Carnival Cute Cruise. Did you hear what's going on with Carnival right now?
Are they shutting down the line dancing too?
They're shutting down the line dancing. They don't want speakers. Yeah. They're not doing rap music.
Why is that? Yeah. Yeah.
They're trying to modernize their demographic here. You know what I'm saying?
Gentrify Carnival?
Yes. pretty much as if the fans is gonna knock somebody and push them off board or something. But ultimately that's why I feel like some black people do gatekeep because they don't want us to be in those like oversaturated in the areas that they're in. But other ways, I feel like they just want to stay ahead. Yeah. Oh yeah. And that is selfish reasons.
Certainly. I think certain things like you'll see. I don't know the percentages. I'm not going to make anything up, but like there are certain communities of like full black people, and it's really rich in abundance. And I'd be wondering like why the black people that made it aren't trying to help the black people that are trying to make it as much as the other demographic try to bring another person on board. I was at a cafe, more at cafes. I was at a cafe.
I'm gonna have to learn some of these cafes.
Yeah, I'll show them. I was at a cafe yesterday, and I was doing my work, and nobody ever approached me or anything like this. But the manager came from behind the bakery, the desk, whatever. He came to me like, "Ooh, it's been a long shift." And then one of the customers who was just eating coffee with like his friend, he's like, "Ooh, it's been a long shift for you." I'm like, "Yes." He's like, "Are y'all hiring?" And it's like, "Oh yes, you got anybody? You know anybody who needs a job? We bring them in here." Yada yada yada. Word of mouth. But I don't feel like I've ever had an opportunity where somebody asked me if I wanted a job, not knowing what I look like. Just because like I trust his word that he'll get this person. Yeah. I always feel like that's kind of like.
And you know what? Honestly, I'm gonna rip the Band-Aid off and I'm gonna answer this so honest. They are trying to help us, but we are too ignorant because we are brainwashed. So every opportunity that people are trying to bring to you, you think it's a scam.
I always hear a lot about like the man trying to keep me down, stuff like that. I'm like, is that true?
It's just because even for me, like I would communicate or reach out to people that I see I know is spending thousands on travel, and I would just say, hey, just so you know. You are, it is commission built in everything that you do. And if you need an additional stream of income, I would love to show you how you can still be able to not change your spending habits, but not change your travel habits, but actually change how you're doing it and make it smarter and like make it money for you.
Make money.
And when I tell you, hand to God, so many people leave me on red, ghost me, don't say no, I'm not interested, and they still continue to travel.
Why do you think that is?
Because we're not used to people putting us on. Mm-hmm. So when somebody is finally trying to put you on to something that you don't know about, you're scared of it.
You don't believe it?
Yeah, you don't believe it. You think it's a scam.
Yeah,
you think it's straight up. You think it's a scam. We have been manipulated for so long, straight from the moment we, like how you said earlier, the moment we go to grade school. They haven't. We was in elementary school having career day. Yep. Why do we need career day? Did they have network marketers in career day?
I think it's just trying to get like a.
Did they have travel agents or specialists in career day?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that's my shoe. Oh no.
It's like career days, like police officers, firefighters, and astronauts.
Things that help the community. Yeah. But you know that goes. So again, we have been mentally structured. So I just tell people all the time, because. Even for me, like I'm building a team, and I'm always, my goal is not, you know, what God bless you with is not just for you, it's for who else you can help. And that's really the reason why I don't gatekeep. Yeah. Because ultimately, yes, I do make money from building a team, and I make money residually from building a team. But ultimately, I don't just want anybody on my team.
Yeah, no.
I don't want to be in business. Would you sign a business contract with just anybody? No. I don't want to be in just business with anyone, because if you're a lazy thinker, if you don't bet on yourself, if you don't believe in yourself, if you're an easy quitter, if you're not willing to unlearn everything that you were taught to relearn, we probably wouldn't. People are scared, and they don't realize that they eliminate themselves from opportunities. It's not even all the time that people are, that as a community, we're not trying to put other people on. It's not that wealthy people are not trying to pass the baton. It's the fact that they knew that they had to outgrow their mentality and their lack mindset to want more. And that's what we will have to do if we're going to take their advice. That's just like, you can bring the fish to the water, but if the fish don't want to drink it, it's going to die from being dehydrated. You know what I'm saying? You know, just for example type of thing. But like, I just feel like it's not so much a lot that people in great positions are not trying to share it. It's just the fact that they just don't want to waste their time feeling like you're not going to receive it or do anything with it.
I feel like they're wasting their breath.
Yeah.
We don't want to hear it.
Yeah. Or you're going to think, now you think I'm trying to scam you.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to, like, Red, my business is going to keep moving. I'm just trying to help you bring more income into your home, because at the end of the day, every single job security is not a thing anymore.
Oh, no.
No job is secure. I mean, the highest positions, the GM of this, nothing is secure. So, and a lot of people who actually end up joining network marketing and really succeeding, they always have the same stories of they was in high corporate or other companies and got laid off and had nothing else.
Yep, no backup plan.
And they didn't want to go back to a full-on system, so they found something that they can be able to actually create their own timing, and then they can actually make money from their networks and their connection. Your network is your net worth. Everything is fear-based. You know what I'm saying? Everything is fear-based. They don't know. They're fear the unknown. They're scared to try something new. What if I start and I don't like? I mean, it's a lot of the things. Reasons why they put caps on themselves is because of limiting beliefs that they have about themselves. So it's limiting beliefs, it's fear-based thoughts that just multiply. Them feeling like, they can do it, but I can't do it. It's a comparison. That's a big thing that kills you. In comparison is the thief of joy. We know that. And then the last one for sure is just the fact that, like, mental laziness. We have to just say what it is. It's mental laziness. Yes, a lot of people tell you what they want to do, they're going to do it. But how, like, they're still in the same position. And my thing is this: if you said that you were going to do this, and a year later you're back at the same spot, how much? It wasn't that you didn't physically move, it's that you didn't mentally move. So you got to have the willingness to want to grow. Personal development, drastic. You're never going to grow in anything without personal development. I mean, I wouldn't be able to obtain an amazing big team of other entrepreneurs, and, you know, most of them are older than me, you know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't be able to obtain these things if I did not invest in my personal development. If I didn't learn how to become a good leader, if I didn't learn how to become a good business partner, if I didn't become, if I didn't invest in reading. I mean, it's just different things that people they don't value that holds them back. So laziness, fear, and limiting beliefs is the cap that they put on themselves.
I like that a lot. All right, so the last thing to wrap this up is Onyx. I'm getting into the workforce in my career fields. what advice would you have for me so I could like get to where you are or beyond?
I would just say lead by passion, lead by morals, and don't settle for anything that you know you don't deserve.
Yeah.
Period. You know, don't settle. Literally, that's if anything can replay in your head, just don't settle. And it's going to be a lot of moments where it's going to be decisions that you have to make. That's like, well, it's uncomfortable to go further, but it's uncomfortable to stay in the same spot, and just choose your discomfort. You will always rather be uncomfortable learning something new than uncomfortable staying in something you are comfortable with.
I heard a quote recently. It said, "It's hard being broke, and it's hard getting
choose
money."
Your hard.
Choose your hard. Yeah.
Choose your hard. That's what I tell people all the time. Like, I'm bringing you a business opportunity, and you're like, and you're on social media saying, "Oh, I'm broke, I need money." I bring a business opportunity because you're a traveler, and then you're like, "Oh yeah, no, I can't do that."
Too much work.
Well, then you like being broke. You know what I'm saying? So again, my advice would just be, just don't settle. Like, you, just like how I knew my value as an employee, as a business person, as a friend, as a business partner, just as in a connection. When I'm just building connections, you have an amazing personality. You're great with communication. You're great with communicating with others. So I just would say, like, the sky is just really the limit for you. Like, just don't settle.
While you were working, were you getting confirmation through your jobs, seeing it like? They'll tell you how good of work you do.
Yes.
And you already knew you were a good worker, I'm sure. But you know, like, maybe like hearing somebody else tell you how good you really are may also like give you like, okay, I know what I'm doing. I'm doing the right thing, so I can venture out and do my own thing. And I can be successful knowing I can bet on myself. Yeah,
and I honestly love that question. So honestly, yes, I did get a lot of like verbal accolades, and just different positions. But one thing I will say is, not every boss wants to give you that. You get what I'm saying? And not every boss wants you to know the value of you. You get what I'm saying? Because I could have very well heard that and be like, well, I'm leaving to go do it. You know what I'm saying? And so not every boss would want you to know that. But it's a lot of different ways that they don't have to tell you that you're an asset to their team. They'll just start relying on you more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're going to start relying on you more. And that's why I tell people, you can't be too good at no job, because then you will never be able to have a bad day. You would never be able to have a slow day, a slack day. Like, I'm not going to ever say be mediocre at anything. But what I am going to say is, if you're working something that you're not passionate about, then stop overworking, for real. Because the moment that you go above and beyond, that is the new standard for you, period. And now that's the cap, and they're going to keep making you go higher than that. If you put in more hours, they're going to start now not caring about your time. You get what I'm saying? So I just will always say, they do show you. Sometimes they show you and taking you for granted. But that also still shows you how much they value you and how much that they know that you're an asset. So you can know in a good way from them actually just being honest about it, or in them just being overly reliant on you, and then keep raising their goal for you, for their business.
I never thought of that. That is actually super true. Like, they're gonna compare you to yourself and the work you've already done.
Yes.
That is so funny.
Oh, you gave me 12. You gave me 12 surveys today. Now I need 13. Why? When the limit is 4.
Or like, you worked 8 hours of overtime last month, and this month you don't want to work as many hours, and they'll probably be like, well, why? Like, you know, we need the help, and you know you're our best worker. Yada, yada, yada.
Yes. Don't aim to be the best worker. Aim to be the smartest.
I ain't the highest paid worker. I gotta be the best worker.
I don't want to be no one's best worker but mine. No, that's not even a compliment to me, honestly, because I know the value of it. And in reality, that's just them letting you know that, oh yes, you're gonna make me a lot of money. So it's like, that's another thing to even say back, and you can edit this too. If they can confidently speak to you in a sense of like, yeah, your work ethic is going to make me good money, then why are you so afraid to take that same concept and make your own great money? Yeah. Make your own great money. Put other people in position to make their own great money, and join other people in business who are not settling.
Yeah. You do want to be around like-minded individuals, so help. You want people around you that are going to help you grow, not keep you where you are. Yes. If you are around 5 broke people, if you're around 4 broke people, you're going to be the 5th. Oh. If you're around 4 hard work, and I actually, and I'm going to change my words. I don't believe in hard working, because I feel like I don't work hard, I work smart. Period. I feel like hard hustling and hard work is what they wanted us to do. That just creates burnout. So I'm not a firm believer in hard working. I'm a firm believer in smart working and strategy.
period. And rest and romanticizing my life, because ultimately, if I'm enjoying my life, like if I make it fun, it's never work. I have not worked since I quit that job, and I'm busier than when I was at the job. You get what I'm saying? But for myself now. So I just feel as though just don't look at hard working as a flex.
You work for yourself.
You're about to be burnt out. You get what I'm saying? Like, you're going to be burnt out. Do not look at hard working as a flex. However, if people who value investing and value knowledge and value their health, that value their morals, you know, those are good people to be around, because then you will automatically start improving in those ways as well. Nobody feels comfortable being the weakest link in the group. And I tell people all the time, if you're the smartest in your group, it's time for a new one.
I like that. I got one. You keep saying things and I keep.
I'm sorry, that's good. I mean, this is extra good clips for you.
So I'm gonna ask. So how would you tell others to handle burnout? Because you know, every job, you work a job, I've worked a job. Burnout is going to happen when you work those type of jobs. How would you say to handle that? Just to up and leave, or tell it to somebody else? How would you say to handle burnout?
I would say when you start realizing that you are overdoing yourself, because it's not about overdoing anything, it's about overdoing it for yourself. When you start realizing that your energy is getting a lot lower, your body is getting too sore, and I honestly I'm a preventative person, so I don't feel like you should ever even get close to these feelings. And that's why I'm very firm in believing of, you know, helping people be able to escape that rat race and escape that system of burnout or the jobs that make them burn out. Like, but ultimately, if you're still doing it, I would say, for one, you need to find ways to romanticize your life. And when I say that, that means, for example, like for me, I am, no matter how my day goes, I'm always excited for a glass of wine with my feet curled up in the couch, working on my business. That is exciting to me. Turn on my show while I'm building packages. Those are things I look forward to. Always have things to look forward to, because that's romanticizing your life. Like, that makes it fun. Just like this, if I would say, you know, instead of me, I work from home, I can easily just sit in my room or sit in the house. And I would say, no, actually, I'm going to go on a rooftop today, and I'm going to go and get a nice cold glass of water and swing my feet and do some packages. That's me romanticizing my life. So just find ways to enjoy doing things that you want to do or have to do. That's for one. And then for two, obviously, you know, I'm going to definitely say vacations or staycations. People think that you have to go out of town to actually feel like you're out of town, and you don't. You better go and book a room. Go book a room and just unmute. Notify the people that you love, that care about you, that's watching your moves, you know, that care about your whereabouts, and let them know, hey, I'm going to be going in a little isolation. I always feel like just going back to the root, which means just reconnecting with yourself, things that you like to do, things that you value, things that you don't get to do often that you like to do. Those are the times that I would say value it the most. And if you can mix that into your busy schedule, then it's going to prevent burnout. I say don't get close to burnout. And if you do, that needs to be a signal, because a lot of people who burn out can pass away. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's all in wellness. That's all in wellness. So don't, anytime anything makes you feel like you're at a point of burnout, that means it needs to be a little bit of redirecting in your schedule.
I read recently, maybe last week, that even if it's just one thing a month, do something for yourself.
Yes. I reward myself a week.
You know, men are hard. I don't know. Women know. I think like guys are hard on themselves, and they'll kind of not intentionally hide things, but try to take on more than they truly can handle to make. Because you don't want to. Men don't show feelings. Openly.
I hate that.
Stuff like that. But like I heard, even it's like just buying yourself a new T-shirt or a video game, which sounds silly, but like treating yourself to something, silly. Or like, you know, a dinner by yourself, which sounds. But however it sounds, but like
it sounds like self-love.
Treating yourself well could help improve like your like day to day, even if it's like once or twice a month, which I never thought of. Like, okay, maybe I could, you know, do something for myself.
You should definitely,
and not worry about like, oh, that's going to be $20, that's going to be $200. It's like, okay, you know, you like it, like you said, I'm gonna do something I like, I know I enjoy. Even if it's read a book or go get a you know, anything. Things like that, I think are really important.
100%. Every single week, hell, I'm gonna be honest with you, I reward myself every day. So how I do it, and this is how it gets me through my day. If I have like a to-do list, I'm gonna say, okay, hold on.
Is it low?
You know, it's on 20. So,
okay.
But it's not locked out.
We're wrapping up.
Yeah, we're wrapping up. But like I'll have a to-do list, and so because this is another thing that I do. This is my little technique. I'm gonna tell y'all my little secret. So what I do is I'll have a full list, and I'll write down, like the night before, I always write down everything I need to do that next day. So the next day, I'm already in a mental state of how early I need to get up to give myself enough time before things happen, or before my day needs to get started. I always prioritize at least self-care in the beginning or the end of my night. It has to be between. So depending on what I have to do that day, if I have enough time that morning, then I'll do it. I'll have self-care is just like, either if I want to do myself a facial, it really don't have to be that. Even if I just wanted to go sit on a porch and watch the sunrise, that's self-care. It's just literally whatever is self-care to me. You know what I'm saying? Even just if I want to get up early, so I'm just up early, that's self-care. You know,
treat yourself.
Right. And so I have like a little bucket of things that I have that's like treats for me, and I would like pick it every night. And so that's going to be for the following day. And so I would say, let's say I have a thing of like 10 things on my to-do list. I'll do the top 4, then I'll rest. I'll let myself do something that I want to do. So like, let's say even if I just want to scroll, if I did 4 of my things, now I have an hour to myself. Then I'll do the next 4, and now I have an hour to myself. And then after I'm done, I reward myself. So if that's me wanting to go out for a bite to eat, or go to a movies by myself, or do anything, I always reward myself every single day. And it makes me excited for tomorrow. And it holds yourself accountable, because you know I'm going to knock these tasks out. And it makes you excited to knock them out. Yeah, and once I finish these tasks, now I know what's coming after my reward. Like, and the reward's coming from something that I know I'm going to like, because I'm taking my reward. Yes. I like that a lot. I love that. I think anybody who has any issue with ever just like completing tasks or staying motivated, you have to reward yourself in between the tasks. This was great. Thank you so much for joining the podcast. Like, is there any final regards? No, I would just say to continue going. I cannot wait to stay tuned to who you have next, and the ones that you had before was absolutely amazing. Continue being yourself, continue to shine, don't settle, and just continue to leave your mark on the world, because at the end of the day, it's enough of us trying to do the same thing. It's more of us that need to do new things. And be the leader of new trends and of new lifestyles and a new way to live. So I just would say, if anything, I'm Onyx Flamer. My social media is Onyx Yvonne, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. I will definitely be vlogging my entire process of me relocating from here to Thailand, and my day-to-day life in Thailand. So definitely tune into that. I will. And yeah, that's all. All right, let's do it. Thank you so much. Tune in for more. Bye. That was so good. Thank you so much.